Welcome everybody to this little comparison video. What we're going to do is we're going to compare these two Copperfield Enlightened equipment wind shirts with this Montane Nano Featherlight wind shirt. Now the first little trick that the Montane has is that it packs into this teeny weeny little pack here. Now what this is, and it is quite clever, although to be fair I would never use it, but I'll show you. It's part of the neck. So that little bit there, that part of the neck there is a stuff sack, and the entire shirt fits in there. You notice there's no hood on this one, and this is an important consideration. Enlightened equipment Copperfield has a hood, and this is why I'm keeping this one, and I'll be returning this one because it doesn't have a hood. The reason why I've got two of these is one I'm going to return, one I'm going to keep, because originally I went for medium and we're going to do a sizing test, and the medium was, you know, far too big for me. But I'm 5'8", about 78 to 80 kilograms, a little bit of a tummy. This is really just to give you, a sizing, because I've never worn them. I'll explain some thoughts and such like. So this is the medium, and as you can see, it's really quite spacious. So I did look at the details, and it says that these are sized half up to allow for layering underneath. I don't quite get that because it's such a light jacket. You may as well, if you really do that, then size up. But because it's such a light jacket, I don't really think you're going to be wearing very many layers under it. What do you think? Comment in the comments below. This is the size small. I will thank Valium Peak for sending me these. I've got to pay for them. I've paid for them, but I will just give them a little name drop as they just send them out to me to try. They don't know I'm doing a video, so shh. I'm sure they won't mind. But we may as well just, because like I said, I got the medium first, and it just seemed very large to me. So this is a small, and that to me seems, that's plenty of room. You're not likely to be having, too much underneath it. I've got one insulated jacket which we can try. You do get a hood with this, with tiny little, adjuster cords there. Yeah, little elasticated cords around the neck there, and that goes up there. Hood moves pretty decently actually. Actually, if I move the head and not the body, then that does hold in place quite nicely actually. That's pretty decent. I mean, this is the one that I'm going to keep. So this is actually almost just a second time that I've put it on. It comes up just below the chin there. Arm length is, very decent. On the arms you get this elasticated thing here to keep it close. It's described as windproof. I did a blow test on it. I'll show you what a blow test is. Hobbs hub. If you want to test the windproofness of something, maybe you're in a shop and you just want to know, how windy it is. Just blow through the material, and if you can feel breath coming through, then obviously it's not 100% windproof. I think this was medium. This is Montane medium, pretty sure. Yeah, so this is the medium in Montane, which to me is more like the small in the other one. This was the first one that I chose, because someone mentioned this one, recommended it. And this was the first one that I went for. And I would say that's actually a little bit closer even than the small with this one here. Sleeve length is again good, elasticated on the end there. I think that's a good size for me. That's okay. I've got a t-shirt under there. Again, likely you're not going to be wearing very much under this, just a t-shirt, maybe even by itself, but probably a t-shirt or something. And like I said, I do have a little bit of a tummy, but that's a medium in this fashion show here. We'll do some dancing and such like just to make it a bit more exciting. So this one is 52 grams without the tag. I didn't weigh the tag. And this one is 57 grams in a small. So 57 grams, and that includes the hood, obviously, because it's got the hood. So I will keep the one with the hood, and then I will send this one back. I think I got it from Taunton Leisure. It was, I think Montane sell it for 100. You can get deals on this one. I think Taunton Leisure was selling this for 80. So I'll send that back. Get me 80 quid back. This is more expensive. This is about £127 in the UK, made in America. So by the time it's shipped over here and everything, like I said, it just costs, it is, 127 to 80. If a hood isn't vitally important, then, save nearly £50 and get the Montane. I would say that MLD, Mountain Oil Designs, PhD, Peter Hutchinson Designs is probably my favourite brands, but Montane is, to be fair, Montane is probably pretty high up in my list of favourite companies. I do like Montane stuff, and if this had a hood, Montane, if you do this in a hood and you ever want to send me one, unlikely obviously, but feel free. This is the only reason why I'm not keeping this, because it doesn't have a hood. A hood for me is important in a wind shirt. So I don't know which one this is, but we'll know quickly enough once we get it on. So this is just a lightweight, light insulated jacket. It has its own hood. So in theory, if you've got something that has a hood already, I think this is probably, I think that's the, I don't know, that's the short name. I think that's probably the medium. Oh no, it's not, it's a small, the medium. No, this is small. You see, so even over that insulated jacket, there's still plenty of room for me in this small. This one's medium. This is going to be very spacious. I do notice, because some of my friends are American, so I'll just be a bit careful how I say this, but I do notice, and I've noticed it with Arc'teryx certainly in the past, that American sizes do tend, it's probably all their McDonald's and everything, American sizes do tend to be, a little bit bigger. I suppose if you got impregnated by an alien or something like that, or I'm not going to say any jokes or anything, then then maybe you'd want that. But that's a medium. So I suppose if you wanted to cover something up. Yeah, so that's the medium, and as I say, I think Americans probably potentially tend to, their sizes, I've kind of noticed sometimes can be, a little bit more generous than ours over here, although we're getting a bit lardy over here sometimes. I'm if I want to talk, mind you. So this is obviously the medium Montane. We'll have a quick look at some of the features as well. I just want to show you the sizing, really. Just keep it simple. So that's the Montane, that's the medium Montane, and that's quite a close fit. That's even closer than the small in that. But again, arm length is good. So we've done all the fitting and everything. So the reason why, actually this is an Arc'teryx insulated jacket, and medium as well, funnily enough. I'm very, 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 very sure, yeah, it's medium Arc'teryx, and that fits me fine. So that's obviously a skinny American made, that one. Why do I like a wind shirt? Well, first of all, Chris Townsend's been wearing them for donkey's years, so I kind of copied it from him. I've always gone for, you know, not a heavyweight, but you know, a lightweight wind shirt, not a featherweight wind shirt. And for most cases, I would still be using my lightweight, not featherweight wind shirts. This I would classify as a heavyweight wind shirt. This is a Paramo. I've had this for donkey's years. It's a single skin Paramo. There's no drop liner in it for waterproofness. But if you treat it, then it will hold back, you know, rain for a little while. So that's you know, a fully featured wind shirt if you want something that's not too light, heavy wearing, will pretty much last all but forever. 400 grams. This is a Montane wind shirt, 150 grams. Pockets, I'm not going to go through all the thing, waist pockets, hood. This is an Arc'teryx one. This was my very first wind shirt. This is also just over 150 grams. So these wind shirts here, these are the Montane, and this one, just over 150 grams. They're just over 50 grams. So if you want to save 100 grams, then slightly heavier zip, pockets, you know, 1 or 2 pockets, you know, Velcro and things on the tab. This is a small, and this is one of my favourites. I like this one a lot, and it's a good size on, you know, even with my little fat stomach. So I've been using and wearing wind shirts for a very, very long time. The reason why I like them is outside of winter, you don't always necessarily want to be wearing a waterproof jacket, and maybe you know, just a t-shirt like this, or maybe, you know, an insulated jacket or something like that, or maybe a shirt or something, but they're not wind resistant, so wind can get through, a breeze can get through, and you will cool off. If you wear a wind shirt, doesn't really matter on the thickness, it depends how light you want to go. Durability features, if you put a wind shirt over the top, little microclimate inside, and it just helps keep your core, you know, running a bit more smoothly and everything. So I want it super, super light because I want to try and do some, you know, I was one of the first YouTubers to go super lightweight, one of, not the, and of course everybody's doing it now, and I haven't got a super lightweight wind shirt, so I thought I'd catch up with the Joneses a bit. I like a wind shirt because, like I said, you know, they're light, so even, you know, even 150 grams, you know, realistically is nothing in your pack. If you get a bit too warm, you can take it off. If you want to wear it, it's still, you know, ridiculously light. Let me just show you the features of these while we've got them before I send them back. So the Montane, you have a little stretch panel at the bottom. You've got a zip with a little storm flap behind. No hood, as I mentioned. You've got long sleeves, and that is pretty much it. You do get a label on the inside, which probably weighs as much as the jacket. And there are no other features. There's no pockets. There's nothing else on this jacket at all. It is literally, you know, just a piece of material that is windproof, that fits up and zips up over you. This one, which is only 5 grams more, it actually has a few more features. First of all, you do get this hood with elasticated draw cord on it. You do get, this is probably the medium, isn't it? It seems so huge. So it's not really elasticated at the bottom, but you do get a little toggle where you can, you know, just draw it in if you want to. So they've actually added a few grams. They could have saved a few grams there, but it's still ridiculously light. No pockets, obviously. There's no tabs, no tags or anything inside, literally just that men's, and then underneath the size, and that's it. It's basically, again, a piece of material that is ridiculously light, that keeps the wind out of you. It's really for runners, you know, people who are really quite fit. Obviously something like this, indeed, you know, even this, or to a very large degree, even a heavier wind jacket like this, that they're not designed to keep you warm. Your body's keeping you warm, and when you're not wearing something like this, obviously heat escapes and then you cool off. This is designed to keep the heat within your core. That's really the design, you know, of something like this. It's not waterproof, you know, they've probably all got a DWR coating on them. This one, I believe, is a 10D nylon, and the Montane, I believe, is Petzl or something like that, but they're pretty much, given the weight of them, they're pretty much exactly the same. The reason why I like a hood is where I find something like this really useful, not only for out walking, but when I'm camping. What I like to do is in camp, you know, if it's not too cold, but because I tend to have, you know, often draftier shelters than some, a hood is really useful in camp. Put the hood up and it just blocks the wind out from around your neck, you know. And obviously if you've got a little beanie hat or something like that, put your beanie hat on just for a bit of warmth on your head. Often if it's not too cold but there's a little bit of a breeze which you don't want, just put the hood up. And this is just perfect for in camp. Cost me a bit more, unfortunately, but this is the one that I will go for. Like I said, this is a small with a hood, perfect, no pockets, you know. So I must admit, a pocket would be nice for putting your phone in, but then it would be, it's so light, it would probably, you know, it probably wouldn't wear properly. So if you're like me and you tend to put phones in pockets, you know, that's why I do like something, you know, like this, that, you know, has a pocket that you can, you know, that you can put a phone in and such like. So I do like pockets, I must admit. So that would be something to get used to, is not having a pocket. But I hope you found this little tour of these wind shirts helpful, useful, informative. Drop a comment below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks very much for watching.